reading my story, Chasing Rainbows. Chapter 21, Asperations and Conclusions. The days that followed were indeed carefree and filled with happiness. Yet Jess was aware of a certain tension between herself and Joseph. She found it hard to decipher what it might be. On the surface he seemed in good spirits, and yet she sensed something was not quite right. Something caused him to be slightly withdrawn. Jess realised he had a lot to cope with, having recently suffered the demise of Victoria. It was not going to be easy for him to come to terms with. And then there were indeed the children to consider. Their welfare must be of the utmost importance. However, she tried to put aside her feelings of uncertainty regarding the man she loved. One day they took the train into Totnes and later enjoyed a cruise aboard a pleasure steamer. Louisa and Frances were so excited, their small faces lit up with delight as they discovered what fun it was to explore the boat. Upon their return to Totnes, they ate a light supper by the river, and both children fed scraps of bread to the eager ducks. On another occasion they travelled to Exmouth. Louisa and the little lad paddled in the sea with Joseph and later built sand castles upon the beach. Their faces were a joy to behold as they enjoyed donkey rides along the beach. A little later they took a stroll along the promenade, at the centre of which stood the Diamond Jubilee Memorial Clock Tower, surrounded by a colourful floral display. Joseph told Jess that Sir Walter Raleigh sailed on many of his voyages from Exmouth Marina, and Lord Nelson's wife once lived in the town on the Beacon. Jess was intrigued to learn she was buried in Littleham Church. After a good racing stroll along the promenade, Joseph suggested they take tea at the Imperial Hotel, which had previously opened in 1869 and was indeed the town's premier hotel. It stood majestically nearby the clock tower. Since all of them had a most healthy appetite after the activities of the day, his suggestion was eagerly accepted. Although Jess did wonder if they were suitably dressed for such a grand place. By the time they arrived at Saverton Station, both children were beginning to yawn. They rode home by hired buggy to the cottage. Joseph kissed Jess good night, and she thanked him for the lovely day they had all shared. It had indeed turned out to be a grand outing. However, as she tucked her daughter into bed, Jess could not help but wonder about the future. Despite the pleasures of the past few days, she was still no wiser as to his intentions. For despite the carefree days they had shared, he had still not spoken of their future. She knew in her heart she must accept whatever decision he suggested. Jess knew that he loved her, but did Joseph care enough to ask her to marry him? The following evening they were to take supper with Sarah and Albert. She had served up a tasty chicken stew, which was indeed truly delicious. After helping their hostess to clear away the dishes, Sarah encouraged the young couple to enjoy the evening air. Jess hesitated and mentioned how demanding both little ones might prove to be. Amused by the young woman's concern, the dear lady gave a hearty chuckle. "Oh, ho, ho, ho! Get away with you, maid! Go out and enjoy the sunset!" She had noticed how attentive Joseph behaved towards Jess, and it truly warmed her heart. Albert kissed his grandmother good night and set off to meet up with his friends at the Ring of Bells Inn. Louisa and Frances were playing a game of hide and seek in the garden, and judging by their wild shrieks of childish delight, they were obviously having fun. So Jess and Joseph were content to leave them in their host's capable hands. He suggested a walk upon Staverton Hill, to which Jess readily agreed. She hastily wrapped her shawl around her shoulders and they set off. Maybe it would give him a chance to unwind, share his thoughts with her. For despite his good humour, she still sensed something was deeply vexing him. She hoped he felt able to speak of it. It was a beautiful summer's evening, and as they set off she felt optimistic. As they began the climb up Staverton Hill, Joseph knew he must be direct with her. The past few days spent in each other's company had been idyllic. Both had taken pleasure in the most simple activities. The love he had cherished in his heart towards Jess was deep and true, and grown stronger. Joseph loved her with every breath he took. Every fibre of his being ached to take her for his wife. Dare he assume her commitment to also becoming stepmother to his little son? Would she consent to become his wife? Was it selfish on his part to expect Jess to shoulder such responsibility? Yet to consider life without her was intolerable. He was tormented by his thoughts. So much depended upon the choice she might make. Now, as they sank down upon the soft bracken, she relaxed against him, content within the circle of his arms. "It's a wonderful view up here, sweetheart," he remarked, as they took in the breathtaking scenery which stretched so far out into the distance. Jess cuddled close to him. "Isn't it just? Why, when I was feeling troubled, I would often come up here to think things through," she murmured dreamily. "And did it help?" He gazed up on her, his eyes thoughtful. She nodded. "It never failed to impress me, fill me with inspiring thoughts. Most times I found solutions to my problems, though on occasions it felt hopeless, almost as if I were chasing rainbows," she laughed. He knelt before her in the bracken and reached for her small hand. "Jess, there is something I must ask you, and I want you to be sure before you answer me." He spoke softly, his eyes filled with love. Jess gazed at him, her heart pulsating madly as her eyes melted into his. "I'm waiting," she murmured. Joseph took a deep breath and realized it was now or never. He caressed her dainty hand, which trembled at his touch. "I know I may be rushing things, yet these past few days you have filled me with such joy. You have given me more love, more happiness than I ever dreamed possible. Being with you again has made me come alive, inspired me with such delight. Therefore, would you consider a proposal? Will you marry me, Jeff?" She gave a whoop of delight and flung her arms around his neck. "Oh, yes, yes!" Tears of joy glistened in her eyes. It was all she had ever wanted. And as their lips entwined, she was blissfully aware they had reached their rainbow's end.